Hello and welcome back to another. Oh, I messed that up. All right, welcome back to another casual night chit chat show. I was about to. Oh my goodness, I was about to say some other things and I realized, oh no. Luckily, I managed to stop right, but it's that. Okay, so we have talked a few things on the previous episode and stream, and today we're gonna take a look at another game that I won't say I was talking about, like one of the uh another example. Yep. Hey there, Daily Buddha, welcome to the stream. So while loading up brawlers, unfortunately this game also went through a huge issue as well, which brawlers also having, I won't say have same issue. No, it is the same issue. It is the same issue, unfortunately. All right, and that's the reason why I'm not putting a hard time for brawlers, because some things I kind of understand ish, but the difference is that I think it's a little bit easier to implement, in my opinion, because they already did. No, actually no. The other game also kind of have it as well. Bots. Yeah. The main thing is you need the bots to work first. Brawlers has it and Rack League has it. All right. So the game that we're gonna talk exclusively for this episode is Rack League. We're gonna go through a few, I won't say examples, but we're gonna go through the usual checklist that I gave to games that I am playing. Okay, let me rephrase that list. Okay. One of the biggest reason is I want to go through Red League, and we want to go through some of the things that they are going through. And oh boy, I read some of the news, and it's the same. I won't say the same issue, but it's about the same issue, right? As most PvP, if not all PvP games, or rather PvP exclusive. I have to add the word exclusive first. Yup. Okay. Now waiting for Epic Games to the. Blah, blah, blah. All right. So let's start off with the similarity between Brawlers and Rocket League. Both of them are I wouldn't say an action game, but they are PvP genre, right? PvP essential, not essential. It's a PvP exclusive. Why I use the word exclusive is that if you take away the PvP part, there is nothing else to the game. That's the problem. Okay. Then I wouldn't say it's a major problem per se, but it is a problem in general, right? If you want to do player versus player, you've got no player, nothing much you can do. Okay, so Brawler is being annoying right now, doesn't want to load, which is totally fine by me. We also want to go through. Nope, nothing over here. Let me go back to the main page. You know what? I think, can we? No, yeah, Brawler says it's running. What's wrong with you, Brawlers? What's wrong with you? Okay. With that aside, let's see. I need to double check one key thing as well, and that is my memory usage. We want to make sure the memory usage is there. And so we have done our story mode. Okay, I'm going through some of the housekeeping stuff, so bear with me just a little bit while I load brawlers and everything. Make sure everything is up and running. So we have our August drop, which is up already. I'm gonna do a, I would say promo, but I will do the promo during the halftime show. We have our story milestone done already, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna do a lot of logistic once we reach the halftime show, and then I already did some lockdown for the game development, so that's great. And what else? So we're gonna do all of them today, because next week is the one where we push the next new season. Yeah, so season 2 next week. New story we're gonna start also next week. So we need to put a lot of things in place before everything starts. Yep. So that's that. It's number 1. Number 2. Okay, game dev, live game dev. We definitely need live game dev and whatnot. Hello, what happened to you, brawler? Oh, wow, that is interesting. Okay, let's see what's. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. All right, so I think that's settles it. All right, I got all the things I need to do on the stream. It's up and running. Um, okay, so let's kickstart with the topic at hand before we go into Rec League. So PvP games, just a quick little refresher, is that if we were to compare every single PvP game that is available, not just Web3 alone, all of them will they all have a shelf life, which that's why I talked a lot last week. Last week? No, last stream and many things down the road as well. So the problem is that when we don't have players, not that's it. That's it. So what else can we do for this type of games? That's the good question. The answer is you need, I think, a good story. I won't say a good story mode, but a story mode does help a lot. Ooh, I'm not getting any hits. Oh, that's bad. I need to get a chip damage. I need to get the chip damage. I don't have any strong. No, the other play was kind of okay-ish, but failed. All right, let's do this. Oh no, we should have do a 5-1. Put a pause on bit just a little bit. I want to get the chip damage before I move on. All right, get a chip damage. Yes, got a chip damage. Done. All right, chip damage done. Okay, so one of the biggest problem for PvP games is when you ran out of players, you got nothing else to do. Really, there's just really nothing else to do. So if we take some of the older, all right, let's scroll back all the way to the, I won't say old school fighting games, but much older fighting games. We want to take a look what they have implemented. So most fighting games, I would safely say, started from Street Fighter 2. I think there's Mortal Kombat. I think in general, most fighting games back at I think after Street Fighter 1, because Street Fighter 1 was a little bit janky, okay? But then again, most fighting games start off that way. uh, I have to admit, I really have to admit. Yep. So with that, let's see if we do. Oh no, we need a story mode. Yeah, okay. So the old school GG first, right? The old school fighting games kinda doesn't really have a story mode, right? But they have like at least an AI progression mode. You start fighting simple opponent, easier opponent, and then as you make your way up, you get more difficult, and then you get to a last boss. And usually the boss is, if you have to defeat the boss in order to play as the boss. That's usually the very, very simple game loop, right? And that's it. That's it. So with that, we need at least a basic story, I would say. Yeah, a very, very simple story. And when you have a wrestling team, it's much easier to do. You don't really need to really write down a movie Oscar-ish script or story. You just get a simple one. Yeah. From rags to riches, or the underdog to a superstar, or yeah, it'd be easy. Yeah, no, it's super easy. You can super easy. I will give you a few examples. All right, this is not all just talk. So yeah, just a simple story, and then you can literally, I would dare say, you can literally, I won't say copy directly. All right, you can reference like real world wrestling events. Yeah, simple as that. Simple. All right, the most easiest one to copy, or rather to use. No, I cannot use the word copy because this is used out throughout every single sports type of story. Okay, either you want to start off as a washed out fighter or washed out athlete. Let's start off with that, because that's usually the lesson. Okay, and then once you so you basically have to start from the top. You start from the top, and then because you're washed out, so you have to go down back to basics, and then you retrain, and then of course you found why you win. All right. Right, so those are story point. But for game wise, straight up simple, you can straight away go in with a bang. It's like, oh, you're fighting with the to give yourself an arrival. All right, so first match, you're fighting against a rival, and you obviously the first game is to teach you how to play. Okay, or if not, they just throw you into the deep end and expect you to swim. But if you sink, it's all right, because it will reset to back at the gym, and then you're basically, retrain yourself. Or yeah, no, usually it's to retrain yourself, right? You break down everything, you work on your core fundamentals. If you're talking about story wise, for the game wise, you can use that as a tutorial. For the first for the first two opponents, you can use it as a tutorial learning curve thingy. So that's one. And then after that, from there, you can start progressing. Okay, you can go to backyard alley fights. All right, this is specifically talking about brawlers, right? Backyard alley fights, and then you can, yeah, why would you call that, right? But then again, yeah, it was an interesting flex for me anyway. Why would you call it? Because if you play 1-1, that's an interesting play, I would say. Okay, so you go from what do you call this? So you start from the beginning, you retrain yourself. So tutorial stage, probably the first two opponent. Opponent one would play regularly, and then opponent two will be a little bit more risky, do more flexes, do more shenanigans, try to bluff their way up to victory, yeah, type of things. So you got one over there, like you got two already, two stage just like that. And then you want to put, let's say, the third stage. All right, third stage would be the first local tournament. All right, get your name back into the game, and then you can put some simple banters like, oh, some of the not say some of the audience, the person that you're facing, your opponent knows who you are, taunts you, give some flavor to the story, and then so you win. So the first tournament, or your first official professional competition ish. Oh no, you know what? No. So we have backyard alley fight, right? No, basically you build up your rep, right? Let's say the third opponent is just to build up. No, third and fourth opponent is to build up your rep. Oh, you're still in the game. You can do what you need. You can do what you used to do. And then 3, 4. So that's round 3, round 4. Okay, and then round 5, right? News spreads out. It's like, oh, you're springing back up to your feet. You are, you got back into the zone. You retrain yourself, and then people notice, oh, something is different with you. Yeah. So then that's like, let's say that's match 5. Okay, so round 5. Then round 6, oh, you got re-invited back to the big league, and then round 7 would be facing off your rival again. And then of course this round you have not say you have to win, you can win. It's coded that you will win. Yeah. Whereas the first match it's coded that you will lose. I don't want to use the word lose though. Yeah, that's the thing. No, this is the correct play. This is the correct play. All right, so in all, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got 7 matches, and then 7 matches you can write a simple progression story. Boom, done. And then of course you can do a little bit of, I won't say RNG, but okay. So we have a story mode. Obviously, you want a little bit more. Oh no, no, no. The first and last match would be the boss, like the special character, and then in between you have different. No, first two. Okay, so first match, last match must be the same boss if you want to put it as a story, right? And then round one, round two, or match one, match two is usually training. So you know you're gonna fight with the the same type of player, right? AI style. And then 3, 4, 5, 6, it's I would say random, right? You get more aggressive player, or you might get some players who try to bluff their way up, a balanced player, a defensive AI. There we go. So all in all, done. We have a story mode easily implemented for brawlers. Would it make a game? Would it attract more players? Usually, that's the question for lots and lots of people out there when it comes to Web3. The answer is no. It will not get more players. It will get some players, but it won't get more players. All right, I have to be honest. That's just how it is. The game shelf life has run its course. You can't really, not say you can't really push. That is as much you can push. Yeah. And but then does it make the game complete? The answer is yes. It does make the game complete as a full game. Like it's straight up, yeah, full game. And that's it. That's it, I would say. What else? No, no. So hey there, Lou. Welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, yeah, I haven't fixed that. Okay, no, I need to put that on the list because if you type exclamation adventure, yeah, you should read it. It should ask you to read. No, no, no. You know what? I'm gonna make a shortcut. I think it's time to make that shortcut. No, why did I pick? Yeah, because you should. All right, I'm gonna put a pin on that for a while. And we'll talk a little bit about the task for me to do. If you registered, then typing exclamation adventure should, right? Should bypass. I'm not saying should bypass. Should dig up everything. Yeah, just to make it easier for you, for everyone. I think this mainly for quality of life thing. Without it, I think it's yeah. I think it. Previously, I wanted people to just type register and then check in, but I think it doesn't make so much sense anymore. So you know what, just do a what you call this, a not say direct. If you have registered before, you should not need to register anymore. Something like that. And I owe you a model. I haven't. I have to be honest. I did not have the time to model. I was busy doing something else. GG. Mainly to get some of the other drops up and running, and since it's done already, so now I have a little bit more breather, so I can start modeling stuff for you. So Fedora and Wizard, Fedora or Wizard, but can I combine both? Ooh, can I combine both? I have a few ideas in my mind. I need to get it up for you. Hopefully the weekend I can do some sketch and doodle, and then next week I should be able to present. Yep. Technically, I'm still not done with some of the stuff that I supposed to do, which we will go through a lot in the halftime show. We will do what we have done, what are the outstanding items, and that's that. Okay, so what else? So story mode, check. Okay, if the developer wants to push just a little bit more, this is what I learned from Mortal Kombat in general. Okay, then you can add like a challenge. No, the reason why challenge mode. Okay, I'm gonna say first. Adding a challenge mode into the game, but then again, challenge mode for brawlers, I don't see it happening. It doesn't make any sense per se. That's why I can say that it makes no sense for challenge mode, because you don't have like the game is it's I would say it's a single no, single. I want to use wait hold on a sec. Let me get back this word. All right, it's a single play. No, fighting games is single play style. There is no variation for a play style. Yeah, no, not variation. There is no variety in the play style. It is, yeah, it is like it's I call it static, because it's the same issue with trading card games, because trading card game doesn't have a challenge mode. It's straight up just normal. Either you either that or you do quick play. Yeah, it's straight up normal. Not say normal, like it's there's only one game mode. There's only one game mode. What other game modes can you put? The answer is, you know what? Not really a challenge mode per se, but you can do different game modes. Yes, I think that's the correct. I think that's the word we can do. Different game modes. Ooh, that was 1 point challenge. GG. Yeah, but then again, how would brawlers do different game modes? So let's dig out a few things from the past. Okay, so we have uh, the game mode that would reset the power meter if you win. No, it doesn't reset the power meter if you win. If you call the wrong thing. But is that a challenge? That's not really a challenge. Because it's different than wrestling. Because wrestling we have challenge mode, and then obviously for wrestling game, okay, the challenge mode of it's very simple. All right, your opponent has higher HP, your opponent has more power meter to execute special move, or your opponent will have has access to more not say challenging. Basically, your opponents are more overpowered. Okay. How can we translate into brawlers? Not much. Unless you're telling me that, oh, your opponent will start with extra one more card, or your opponent will start off with a full six card in hand. Your opponent will never drop in power meter, but always have a static power meter, which is maybe 3 or 4. You know what? Yeah, yeah. You know what? Challenge mode is kinda applicable. All right, I'll take it back. I'll take it back. Brawlers do have a few crazy ideas that I can propose to be a challenge mode, but not mandatory. You know what? At the end of the day, not a mandatory thing. Story mode is still king. Yeah. No matter how we go back and forth. So I think that's about it for brawlers. Just have a story mode. You want to put multiple story mode? Oh, that's even better. Now we can expand. All right. You have four okay, four in general, right? Four different brawlers. In fact, no, you know what? You can have your special character in the game, right? Or rather, for example, you have Scotty White Eye. You can use it as a unique character. They can have various wrestling style stories that change over time. Yeah, I mean, for now, I'm not going to use that. I want it to be a static game, as in a game does not need to update anymore. So if that's the case, then Tyrant is working on a story mode already. Oh, we shall see. We shall see. I will not take any. Not say I don't want to trust, but when it's announced, then it's announced. Until then, I will just talk about it, or rather, remind. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. If they want to do story mode, then they can expand. So I already give you one prime example on story mode. Okay. And then, or you can do another story mode. Like you have what what I'm trying to say is you have like a few key characters in the game itself. Scotty White Eye, you can do like a kid who wants to be a pro wrestler. Bam, done. That's one typical story. That's like um your not say riches to rags to riches type of story. Boom. And then Barry Greenhorn. So Barry Greenhorn, let's give what type of Barry? What type? Does Barry Greenhorn want to do something like Rocky? Yeah, you know what? We can do Barry Green. Yeah, I wouldn't say that. No, Barry Greenhorn is probably a wrestler that is in the zone already, but just haven't had its lucky break. Boom, there we go. Like opportunity of lifetime to get into the pro league, right? Done. That's another simple story to do. Johnny Butterfingers, yeah, let's do the fall from grace and then work his way back up to pro level. Yeah, that's also another story. Boom, that's 3 stories. Cold Tenderfoot now. Cold Tenderfoot is, how do we want to do this? What type of story that we can do? Oh, try to aspire a new wrestler. Yeah, so like Cold Tenderfoot is your reverse. I would say the reverse version. Like oh no, I wouldn't say it's a reverse version. I would say something along the lines of Colt wants to find the next greatest wrestler. All right, and then yeah, so there we go, Colt Thunderfoot. Right, ta-da! 4 different stories. There we go. Rusty, we will leave Rusty out. Not say we want to leave Rusty out. Rusty can be like, for example, the last boss, like the King of the Ring. There we go, King of the Ring. That's one small little what do you call this? Staple character. Mike Yellowbelly can be your either your coach. If you don't coach, your sparring buddy when you're in training mode, right? Exclusively. And then of course you have lots of other cosmetic stuff for the character. So that, you know what's the best part about that? Since we have some cosmetic item in the game, okay, you can literally make it as an earnable item. Yup. So for example, if you use certain characters, you hit certain stage, right? You get an in-game exclusive what do you call this, costume. Ta-da! So there we go. There we go. Yeah, I ran. I don't have to go. GG. I could not cycle the cards. I can only do that. What else? What else? Okay, if Tyranno Studios, or if the dev, I'm gonna use the word dev. If the dev has extra time, they can lock special attacks under character. Okay, no. So what's the incentive to play the story mode? Story mode allows you to unlock story mode emotes. Moves. There we go. Right? Story mode moves and emotes. There we go. There we go. I dare say it's story mode does open a lot more I wouldn't say feature, but a lot more function to the game per se. Oh no, okay, you know what? No, I won't say the word unlock. It would definitely give more opportunities for certain things to be implemented. Barry's a porn star before wrestling. Yeah, so there we go. We got so many stories. So many stories, but is it official? Is it? So that's the part. If you tell me to go as a new player, oh, you should go to Discord and check out their history. No, I don't want that anymore. A lot of project has been using Discord as a crutch. So no, it has to be in the game. You need to implement into the game. So story mode, like I said, is the best way to do it. And I think that's about it. So yeah, so Brawlers is pretty much complete with that. And with that segue, we're gonna take a look at Rec League. It is half time already, and Rec League, truth to be told, is one of those games out there that I won't say I stumbled upon it, but it was one of those games out there that has the potential, and it's one of those games that literally got all the check marks that I've put that I've that I put for it. It's like the ultimate check mark. It's like, yeah, everything I want, it's there. Everything they need to do that I've put onto myself, it's also there. So, but they kind of fumble. All right, I have to be honest. They really fumble, and yeah, I can't not say I can't do much about it, but that's how it is. Okay, and not say truth to be told, but that's the problem. Red League has the same problem as Brawlers. It's purely just a PvP game. So even this has the issue, alright? Pure PvP game. Okay, before we do anything, let me try to bring Red League up. Yep, I'm trying to, but it keeps showing me other stuff I don't want to see. Come on. Oh, right. Da, 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 da. Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. Can we do this? Game capture. Ah, there we go. Beep. Yes, all right. Just need to make this bigger. Ta-da. All right, so Rec League has the same. Okay, before we do anything, so this is Rec League. It is a robot fighting game. Oh, come on, it got stuck. No, it got stuck. Okay. Oh, come on, what happened to you? All right, cool. First thing first, what I want to do is go to fight. Okay, bot battle, duel practice. Okay, so we're gonna just do this. So Right League is a PvP game, it's a fighting game, and same issue. Same issue. I cannot compare this to Brawlers in terms of visual, all right? Visually, of course, Right League is a little bit better, but it suffers the same problem. Right? Cool, everything attack, everything is great, but once you remove the attack from the game, what do we have? Nothing. Oh, dang it, I've forgotten how to play. Okay, there we go. Okay, finally got back a little bit. So it's mainly I would call it, yeah, this is tried and true fighting game in a way. Right? And the problem is, so what blockchain? Ethereum. This is under ETH. It is way, I mean, I won't say expensive, but it's, yeah. So I just want to play this quick match just to show you how it looks like. All right, nice. And actually, you know what? I love this game. I want to love this game, but then again, a lot of decision made by the developers makes me feel one thing could have been better. So unfortunately. Unfortunately. Alright, so that's that. Exit. Okay, so everything is cool for Rec League, but other than bot battle, practice or duel, that's it. So if I play this game like what I play with Brawlers every stream, we will run into the same issue, and that is, do we have players? Do we have, and in this case, we don't have matchmaking, so this one has a -1. Personally think Brawlers would have been better as a 2D game with quick visual like old Street Fighter. You know what's the fun part about it? That was the part that I tried to push brawlers into that section. Can we give more of a SmackDown? You know what? I'm gonna be very biased. I love SmackDown, and I was pushing brawlers to be a SmackDown game. Okay. Yeah, but then again, 2D also works. 2D fighting game like Street Fighter. That's the reason why I brought up Street Fighter. So the issue, okay, so back to Rec League. So Rec League has the same issue with everything, okay? And also I give a -1. So -1 to Rec League is we don't have a matchmaking system. The matchmaking system on Brawlers, at least you know what, I'm going to give credit. Brawlers has a matchmaking system. I will give credit. Okay, without a matchmaking system, it's going to be even worse. So Rec League, unfortunately, it's on a worse position game service wise. Gameplay wise, like Brawlers, both of these games are solid. Straight up. Yeah, I won't say you can't go wrong, but it's solid. Like you got all the cool visuals, you got all the things you need to do. It does teach. Okay, does it teach you how to play the game? The answer is also no. We need, and to top it off, Rec League really needs a tutorial stage, like straight up training stage, teach you how to use certain move, why you should use certain move, because people get confused, like, what are these things do? Do I just mash the button and call it a day? No. Street Fighter was a bit easier because you only have punch and kick, and then one or two special moves. Rec League has so many combinations, so I think Rec League is in the worst position, right? I'll admit. It's in a worse position compared to Brawlers in terms of explaining the game, because Brawlers is much more simpler, right? The saving grace for Brawlers is a much more simpler game. However, both suffers the same issue. We need a tutorial stage, like straight up a tutorial in the game, not just a wall of text to tell you what things works or a video to show you what things works. You need a tutorial stage. All right. Whew. All right, so that's that for Rec League. So what happened to Rec League? Let's go to the news section because we want to know what happened to Rec League. And oh boy, I didn't like it. I tried to reread, and then guess what? They had a small little update. I think not recently. I think yesterday. Okay, it's recently, like super recent, like this week recent. Okay, let's go to Rec League's Discord, and this is the part that I am a big not a fan. All right, not a big fan. Yeah. Oh, okay. Wait, hold on a sec. Let's see. Personally think Brawlers 2D game, use sprites, 3D drags the game a little bit. The 3D does take some performance off. I would definitely agree on that. But 2D game it's gonna be a different. Yeah, you know what? I think it's a bit late to. No, not late. Okay, when Brawlers is on the prototyping stage, yes, you know what, 2D 3D, that is a good argument over there. I will not disagree, but assuming like we are already so knee, I would say not knee deep, okay, we are so deep into the development slash game already for Brawlers, switching to 2D definitely would take up too much resources, unfortunately. Since they have some 3D assets out already, I think the best way to do is just not to say repackage them, but just repackage a few parts, like just clean up, you know, add story mode, and then the rest I'll just leave up to the team for their creativity, what they want to implement, because at the end of the day, it's their product. I can only suggest so much. But I would still say you need a story mode, because Lu did ask for, not saying ask per se, but a lot of people don't know how to not say correctly play. Like there's few things Brawlers you can do. Most people will not know what to do in the beginning. yes, and I know Lou says like show video and everything, which I agree. But then again, I think it's much better to straight away have a tutorial stage. I think that's the best. Yeah. Okay. So with that, we're gonna close the brawler section, and we're gonna go through some of the announcement for Rec League. So Rec League is a bit painful after, let's see, 2024. This is on September. So they stopped saying any update on October, which is painful, and then this is, was it on April? Or is this let's see my date? I think this is yesterday. No, August 4th. Yeah, this week. So this week they announced they have a new team coming over to Rec League, so that's good-ish. Hopefully they change. I'm not say change. Hopefully they improve a few things. I think the first thing they should do is story mode again. If I am telling them what to do, I think the best way is have a story mode. The story mode will bring in the non-PvP crowd. That means you get more eyes out. I want to say something about this, okay? PvP game does not really need people who really wants to PvP. Okay, PvP game in general needs as much attention as they can get. And PvE definitely will bring some eyes on it. Question is, would it bring a lot of eyes or new players? I said it in the beginning and I will say it now. The answer is I will say no. Okay, just because you have a story mode does not mean it will bring more players in. Okay, but then again, even so, it makes the game complete. Yep, just having a PvP centric, I don't think it's enough. Yeah, unless you're telling me this is an arcade game, then sure. But if it's not an arcade game, it's even arcade game has a kind of have a story mode, like a soft story mode. Yeah, very soft story mode. Like for example, the most simplest one is get your team to the championship and win the championship. Ta-da, done. Okay, so for Rec League, unfortunately, yeah, they went through a lot of things, and I saw some of their discussion. A lot of people calling out the same thing that I've been talking a lot for other Web3 games. Where? Let me go. So a lot of people have been complaining about rug pull and whatnot. Okay, some of them they don't really like the new developer just because they changed developer. Yeah, they don't like already. They are afraid that the game goes the wrong way. Some people will still say, my ROI. Like one of these user, right? 100 rack boxes and I don't have the time to play the game. And then they were, yeah, people were complaining, all right, I paid so much for this box 2 years ago. Okay, and then it's like, where's my ROI? I don't see my ROI, yada, yada, yada. It's common, okay. All right, let's scroll up a little bit. Nothing much over here. Most of them is just simple thing, right? And I think they did a migration to a different chain, so I don't know if they really move it to a different chain or just different wallet, air quote. I think that's about it for Rec League. So there we go. Suffers the same problem. Rec League is nice visually, okay? Visually nice, everything is there, everything is great. No story mode, PvP, no matchmaking, double, All right, so that's that. Dear community, Enway Place trying to configure funds on their marketplace. Oh boy, oh boy. All right, this is on June. The worst thing about Rec League rugging is probably the NFT game. Oh, okay, yeah. So a lot of people enjoy the game, or they do enjoy the gameplay. Yeah, unfortunately, like I said, not enough. Rec League does really benefit from story mode and challenge mode, that's for sure. Okay, same goes with Brawler. No matter what I said, story mode. Story mode! If it's not a single player game, yeah, you need a story mode. If it's a single player game, in general, you kind of have a story mode kind of softly built in. Yeah. All right, cool. So that's that for Rec League. I'm not going to go too deep about it. It's It's just that. Next up, announcement. Okay. So for those who, I'm not saying do not know, but I want to read promo again. So we are back into some drops again. Finally, one of the big reason is I migrated myself to NFT Hive to do all the minting and stuff. Atomic Hub was giving me a lot of issues, and I'm not a big, not saying I'm not a big fan about it. I didn't bother to troubleshoot. I did not want to waste time troubleshoot. All right, thank you, Daily Buddha, for joining. Until then, I'll see you again. Yeah. Where was I? Okay, troubleshooting. Yes, troubleshooting on the chain is definitely wasting time for me, and I did not want to do that. Okay, so once not say once I fully changed to NFT Hive, but now at least we are back in the game with some drops. So we have a special. All right, so this is a special drop. I want to put this into the sold. Oh no, okay, not sold out. Wait a minute. Why did it say sold out? Why did it say sold out? No, it should not be say sold out. I made a boo-boo. I made a boo-boo drop. Oopsie on me. Oopsie on me. No, besides claimable price. Yeah, max claimable. There we go. 100. Update. I don't put infinite because infinite will get too many grubby hands. Okay, cool. Did an oopsie. I was actually checking this drop, but I think most people forgotten about it. That's all right. That's the reason why I'm doing this promo. All right, I'm gonna put this into the chat so you guys can claim. Now this one is a little bit special. This is only yeah, you need a series 2, any of the series 2 if I'm not mistaken. Let's no, name ID. Oh, market. Nobody's selling. Nobody's selling. Okay, you need a series 2 to claim. You need a series 2. You need to hold a series 2 item. Really, I don't have. I don't have a series 2. Okay. No. Really? You know what? I'm gonna check too much. I don't remember. Oh wow, I don't have. Wait, no, I have. What do you mean I don't have? Oh, I have. I have because this is mainly for those who manage to hold a series 2 collectible. I'm gonna use the word collectible. I'm not gonna use NFT. Okay. But it says missing asset. But one person managed to claim. Let me go through some of it, just a little bit, okay? Okay, manage, no, drop. Account limit, no. Update user verification, yes, sir. Okay. Schema, no, it has, yes. Yeah, series 2. No, any of the series 2. It says any, at least user owns at least one asset of the collection. Schema series 2. But why template ID? Huh. I need to learn a little bit more about this thing, but since somebody can claim, I'll just leave it be. I'll just leave it be. But at the same time, I need to do one critical thing. I need to send a special. So we have a special one. Anyway, for those who do not know, I have a drop, and the drop is claimable. It's live already. Yeah, I just didn't check on the the requirement. It's like why, but at the same time, why am I not able to? Also, it's animated. Yep. All right, cool. So this quick little promo. This is an August drop, and the next part is we have a new season that I will introduce you guys next week. I have kinda a theme for it, but I'm still working on the title per se. Okay, now back at the story at hand. So since we beat the choice, or we managed to unlock the good choice or a better choice, now we have something. Abe and friends, basically Abe and you, managed to crash land onto a planet. That planet is a jungle planet, right? And it's jungle and floating island, so it kind of works hand in hand into what the game that I'm trying to build. One of it is because I want to use some of the assets that I've built for the game, so it's much easier to do this, and it's much easier to build a story with this. Now, the next question, so you crash landed on a floating island. What would be the first step to for the next for the not say for the adventure? What would be the next step? A, you try to build. So this is the default route. Is that you build a small camp. No, do I want to build a small camp? Because technically, kinda you will need to build a small camp to begin with. Oh, no. Okay, you straight away build a small camp near your rocket where the crash site is. Okay, so that's one. Number two, all right, so we're gonna do this. So if you manage to break the milestone story point, is that you no. So you did not crash land, you managed to land the rocket. Because I want to do something like the default choice is you straight away build a camp. And then if you hit the story milestone, you manage to find a good spot to build your camp, which has water and food near, not say nearby. You have access to food and water versus the normal camp where you have to go out and hunt for food. Okay, basically, if you hit the story milestone point, most of the resources that the Abe and you guys need to build a camp is much more accessible. If the default route is it's a little bit dangerous, or you need to put a bit more effort to find resources to build your camp. Okay, let's put it this way. All right. So default mode is you just build a camp, and then you need to hunt down. You need to search for resources. Or do I want to do it this way? When you manage to land, but I want to save that for the next part of the story. Truth to be told, all right. Truth to be told, I want to save this part for the next story, and I don't want to reveal just yet. All right. The task at hand is you need to build a camp. Okay, you know what? I will do this. Default story. You just make. You have enough skills and materials and resource to just build a normal camp. Okay, you still need to hunt down for resources and whatnot, or rather the resources that you need takes a little bit more time to it's a bit further. Okay, that's one. Number two, you manage to land on a better patch on the island. Okay, you manage to so most of the so you're a bit safer, like you're a bit safer. You have a nearby food supply ish, and yeah, basically near some resources, right? Just to make things simpler. For the game, it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, you still need to go out for an adventure. Yep. But the problem is it worth it? Or we want to do straight up, right? It is a selection. The default location that you land is literally thick in the jungle, right? And then for the good part, you land in a nearby river. Because at the end of the day, I still want to build a tree house. So you still will have like a tree house base kind of. Yeah, and then other materials that you will build, you will be using the rocket. No, the rocket. I'll give you a tease that you want to kind of rebuild your rocket so that it still can fly. Yep. You still need the rocket. Ape still needs the rocket. Okay. That settles the location of the landing. The location of the landing. All right. Take in the jungle, you got more food but far away from the water. If you hit the story milestone, you are closer to the water source and a little bit of food, but it's the other way around. Obviously, near water equals a bit easier to do farming and whatnot. Okay, there we go. That's the story. The milestone to unlock. So previously I put extra 250, so it becomes 350. The new story milestone will be set at 600. No, let's go 700. Lucky number 7, 700 points for the next story milestone unlock. Yeah, because both basically plays a similar role. I just want to recap both of these choices per se. It doesn't really change the story too much, but it does change the story a little bit in details. Yeah. So let's do this. Okay. So next part is we're gonna type where would Abe manage to land the rocket? Choice, not say choice unlock, like a better spot, 700 points. Yeah, all right, cool. So with that, then now we can move on to the next team. The next team has something to do with jungle. I know season 0 is primal paradise, so I don't want to use the word primal. I don't want to use paradise. Jungle paradise is actually basically, I think it's another game. I need to double check. So right now, my dilemma is I want to make a title using the word jungle, and I don't know which one to do yet. Okay, so that's that. That is that. And last but not least, I did promise to do a little bit of game dev. So let's do a little bit of game dev. And I did do some changes from last week because we did talk about it. Do I have? Yes, I did have my MS Paint still open. Okay, luckily I saved I supposed to post this on Discord. So luckily I still have it. Okay, I'm gonna open it on MS Paint. Okay, where are you, MS Paint? Okay, I know it's a lot of words over here, but this basically tells me what what to do and what not, and I know it's a bit too much for those who are new, so I'm not gonna go through this. What I'm gonna say is we're gonna change our approach on the resources. So the easiest way to explain is via the live game dev. Okay, so let's start off with the basic. Now, we also need to introduce some mini games as well. And for the tree chopping mini game, I already have a mini game in mind, and I need to really implement this. So this is a little bit slow. I must say slow. It's not ready yet. So to chop down a tree, you need a tool and energy. So let me play this. Oh, I can swap. Okay. You know what? I think we should swap. Yes, you know what? I have another mini game for tree chopping. I think this is much easier to implement, but I want to implement all of them. Okay, so when you get a tool, the first resource that you can get is wood. So previously I did use the clicker mini game. So clicker mini game for the tree, I did not want to do it. I want to do something like a combo, like you press up, down, left, right, a simple sequence in order to chop trees. But I think I have another one that I think is the best implementation for tree chopping, and that is having a back and forth meter a slider, like I don't know how which game implemented this or a good example. Basically, you have to stop the marker at the sweet spot in order to chop the tree. Yes. And basically, if you land down on the sweet spot, you chop the tree faster. No, you know what? I won't use the word faster. You get me? Yeah. And then of course you have to do like 3 or 4 chopping before you have a cool down. Unfortunately, to do a sequence I need to get more resources, and I don't think I can do a live game dev to show you guys, so I have to do this off stream, sadly, because there are a few things I want to test and I don't want to waste too much time on the stream, like doing it halfway and there's oh no, this is not gonna work. Yeah, and then we need to get some UI out. So you know what? I think that's the first one to do. Okay. Okay. I think we can do a simple one. So let's do the meter. Let's do the meter. Meter, I think it's a little bit easier to do. Okay, so where do I put the script? Yeah, there we go. Single player. I'm gonna call this slider game. Slider. All right, I'm gonna call it slider mini game. Okay. Yeah, we either way we still need to get at least one small little game mechanic out. I think that's the best way to do it. Yeah, without that, I think we're gonna not do anything. But at the same time, while we are waiting for my script to open, I need to do this. So we have 2 wallets, 2 users that completes the the series 2 collection. Right, manage NFT. Okay, so only two will get this. So that will be 2 in the world. Yay, two in the world, and that is the collector's edition. So we're gonna view. I'm gonna need to change the max supply. So we only have 2. So 2 of them. And this is a bit special. Yeah, you get that special animation. Mint. Mint 2? No. Yep. Yep. Okay, while I wait for that. Okay, minted. Now I need to wait for it to pop up. Is it almost instantaneous? Oh wow, it is instantaneous. Nice. Okay. First one. Okay, what we need to do is we also need to get a wheel because I need to give out min 1. I need to do it randomly and I will do it live. Okay. So before we do that last that part, we're going to do a little bit of game dev and then we will end with that. Come on. Slider mini game. Hey. No, wrong one. Nope, wrong one. Oh, that is hilarious. Yes, there we go. Slider mini game. So we need a slider. Come on. Okay. Hello. So how? No, we're just gonna build a simple one, right? Simple one, and then we will just fine tune later. Okay. We don't care about start. Void. Start game. Okay. Slider is sliders. Okay. Sliders active equals true. And then if slider active. Then we need a slider counter. Slider counter plus equals time. If slider counter is above 100, slider counter equals 0. Okay, that's the most important thing. And then we need another one, which is yeah, well, slider is active. We need to copy this part. If input get button, do we want to use input? Mouse button 0 to stop counter, so slider active equals false. All right, there we go. That's it. We need to make sure this thing works. Okay, check. Next part is clicker. All right, so combo UI public. I cannot use the word combo anymore. I have to use a different name. Game objects, we're gonna call it slider UI. Okay, and then house clicker combo. No, we're gonna copy this. Slider minigame. We need to go get component. No, we need to get so many things. Okay, stop the game for a while. Jungle. Yep, okay, gotcha. No. Oh, yeah, I need this. Yes, okay. Clicker mini game combo, no combination mini game. So this is, I'm gonna remove this for now. Remove this for now. Remove this slider. Yes, okay, gotcha. And then go to clickable items. Yeah, we're gonna use slider UI. Slider UI active item. Okay, cool. And now when I deselect, if item is deselect, so we need U as well again. If it's a slider, click item, get component item, clicker game reset. Yeah, so we copy this whole entire thing. Reset game. Okay, okay, so it's under item. Clicker, yeah, there we go. This is where we put our public. So we have our slider mini game. Okay, there we go. And then of course we have to put reset, public start game, public set. Now this one's a bit interesting. Reset game. No, wrong one. Clickable items. Reset game. All right. Hey, where did I put it? Okay. All right. So I think I cannot use the word fire1 because fire1 will do somewhere else. So we're going to just remove this because I don't think it's worth putting it here. Stop. Do I want to put a separate button? That's the question. Because if we click anywhere else out of the UI, yeah, you know what? I think this is the best way to do it. Another way what I can do is, you know what? Let's do a button first. Let's do a button. Let's do a button. Yeah. Slider active equals false. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yes. Yes. Let's do this. Reset game. Slider active false. Yep, same thing as well. It's also stop. Slider counter equals 0. However, we don't do extra one more thing. We don't care about the rest. Okay. All right, cool. That's that. And what else do we need? So we have we need buttons. So we need buttons. Now we have to go back to the game. Okay, clicker mini game, combo mini game. We have to change this a little bit. Okay. Before we do anything, the first thing I need to know is, all right, so, no. So under canvas, is it under canvas? Clickable, clicker is over there. Okay. Okay, and hold on a sec, let me, yeah, all right, so this is the one that I want. So we're gonna call it a slider. Slider UI. Okay. And then title is slider. Okay, slider mini game. Put down a little bit. We need two things. Let's get rid of a lot of other things we don't need. UI slider, obviously. Where's my slider? Slider. Slider 60 and 320. 500. Yes, 500. Don't need the handle. Field area is gonna be red. Just make sure everything is working before we change to different color. 5. And then we need a button, stop button. Okay, UI, and then we need to have a button. 500, 150. You know what? It's big enough. And we want to know. All right. Stop. 120. Too big. I think it's okay. 85. Sounds good. Okay, slider. Everything is here. Now attach the script. Where is my slider mini game? Bloop. Yes, gotcha. Button. Put this out. Slider. Slider mini game. And it should say button stop marker. Okay, cool. Oh, I kind of need the handle area. Kind of need, because the handle area will tell you where the marker is, but at the same time, I don't really need it. Check first. Okay, slider mini game. Everything is working. What is it missing? I think it's missing something. I don't know what is missing though. Okay, before we do anything, yeah, let me do this first. Slide visual, value equals slider counter. Start game equals 0. Max value equals 100. Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. There we go. Done. Because it starts throwing out some error. I want to know what's happening as well on my side. Okay. Slider check. Okay. What we have our slider. Now we need to check a few things. Farm. Slider mini game. That's mainly for the game itself. Okay, this is another long-winded long-winded stuff. Oh, come on. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have the window open up on this side. Slider. 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 Okay, cool. Press play. All right, if I click this guy, click items has not been okay, so this is the problem. I think I solved this last stream, but I've forgotten which one did I do. Did I fix via code? Okay, let me double check a few things. Okay. Okay. So if I click this, yeah, all right, same problem as well. Click this, same problem as well. Yeah, okay. So for some reason this is okay. This is okay. This is okay. So it's definitely something that I did over here. Let me check the script again. Game manager. No, not game manager. It's under item if I'm not mistaken. No, we assigned this. It should be under clickable items, like here. So I think it's here. Yeah, farmers manager. There we go. Yeah, slide the mini game. Double check. Avatar life managers. Yeah, there we go. House. Yeah, we don't need you. Clicker. Clicker button click farmers manager. All right, that's interesting. What did I do over here? What did I do over there? First thing first, clickable items. No. Slider UI. Combo UI. Okay. Same thing as well. Like it's here. It's here. It's there, but not there. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? No, it's 100% somewhere around here. Slider UI. Okay. I know it's somewhere around here. Because we have deselect and we have select. Yeah, okay, correct. That's correct. That part is correct. Because I know I fixed it last stream. I don't know what happened. I know I fixed it. Because it says object reference, not reference. That means, oh wow, is it? That's it? Wow, no. Check you. No, because I set in a way where if you are not, if I don't have anything assigned there, I should not be able to do anything about it. Okay, if I click this guy, avatar buffed. Avatar life. Oh, it's you, it's you, it's you, it's you. No, house? Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Okay, windmill house. All right, so if we go to our game manager, yeah, we don't have avatar live game manager, so we have one crucial thing that is missing, which is here. Okay. And like game manager, then only we trigger this. Okay, cool. Yeah. We have to make sure every time I implement new stuff, I have to make sure stuff working. If not, that's horrible. Okay, clear, clean. Yeah, we have to check everything, make sure everything is working. Okay. Uh, no, but you're not. Else, right? If why this thing comes in? All right, so this all avatar live if it's game manager for them. Okay. Hopefully this fixes everything. Because now we are adding so many small things, right? So certain script I have to repurpose, readjust. And that's not cool. Okay, good. Good. Yeah, all right. So slider mini game is not moving. That's the thing we want to change. So when we click to slider UI, if we have our slider mini game, we should start. Okay, then dot slider mini game start game. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's go. Okay. All right, super slow, right? Super slow. So what we're gonna do is when we stop, it should stop at wherever we want it to stop. Now it's, yeah, it's just here. And then we're supposed to not to make it, okay, so a few things I need to do. Slider, not interactable. Disable? No, we don't disable. Okay, yes, but it's just not interactable. We just need to change the speed a little bit. So I'm gonna do this here. Slider mini game. Where is it? Slider counter, time delta time. We're gonna speed it up by 10. And done. We have our second mini game. So to chop the tree is straightforward, all right? You need a tool. Tool can only get from going for an adventure, which I'll show you the game loop. And that's it, right? That is the free section. A lot of Web3 problem is you need to buy. Not to say it's a, okay, nice. And then if I stop, bloop. All right, so wherever it stopped, if it stopped at a good position, that's where you will get maximum yield for your wood. damn. For lumber, well, I'm gonna change the word to lumber. Wood is just there's too many jokes. There's too many innuendo jokes I can make. So no. All right. So I think that's it. So first free source for the farmers tycoon style game, it's free of charge. As in, for the reason why I say it's free of charge, you can get it easily, is because most Web3 game they charge you for the tool. Now, how do you get tool? You cannot get it just by clicking the tree. Now, to get the tool, you need to go for an adventure, and this is where it is, right? So make sure all the fight is working. Press one, all right, you win, and then once you win, you will get a tool, right? Go home, and then once you get the tool, then you go to the farming island, and then you can click. That's it. Now there are a few small little things that I want to do. Is obviously I want to change the island, make it a little bit different visually, and size wise, this size should be a little bit more. Can I say plateau? Not plateau. What is the word? That there's a little arc, so I don't want it to be circle anymore. I want a little bit of like it extends here a little bit, and then obviously there's no windmill. The farm. Oh no, the farm has windmill. And we have buildings. Okay, so few things, but those are a visual treat. Okay, so that's all I have for you for today. Today's episode has been quite productive, in my opinion. It can be better, that's for sure. So I want to not say double, we have to cross check a few things, because one of the things is you need to use energy. The moment you press stop, it will use the energy. And I'm gonna put a red marker. Like if you hit that red marker, you will waste more energy. Like that's the worst case scenario. Okay, I think that's it. We got our mini game one done. To get so once you got lumber, you can do your farming. Yes, you have to build the farm first. Yeah, instead of farming straight away, you need to build the farm, and then yeah. So we got a little bit of a building game inside here. So stay tuned for that. For those who are watching, or for those who are watching the stream, I do stream on Kick and on Twitch. I wish you good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night wherever you are. Have a nice day, my friends. Stay safe. Until then, I will see you guys same time, same place, 9 p.m. PT time every Tuesday and Thursday. And last but not least, for those who are watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and help this channel grow. And now here comes the last part. Where is the wheel spinner? I need to do this part live. Wheel of names, that's right. Okay, so there's only 2 wallet that qualifies. Yes, all right, so I'm gonna do this. With the atomic heart. All right. Let me. Yes, so these are the two, and I know the two wallets. The two wallets belongs to these two these two people. So whoever gets chosen will get mint number one. All right, good luck. Spin, 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 spin. Victor gets min numero uno. All right, time to do the giveaway. There we go. Transfer. H1. Send. Retro rocket, yes. Send. Approve. Approve. Reject. Approve. Close. And the next one is ULB. Oh. All right, I'm gonna carry series 2 sets. All right, good. And done. Ta-da! All right. Beep. Okay. There we go. There we go. So that's the end of it. Until then, don't forget to like, subscribe. Not say don't forget to like. I will see you guys in the next episode / stream. Alright, so do a little bit of reading on the Rec League. Let's see what else will complain. Let's not hold anyone accountable. What's going on? We only invested what thousands of dollars into this game. We will talk about this, okay? This is a very, I mean, I went through the whole shtick. Yeah, I went through the whole experience. I'll call it this way. All right, I got the whole experience, and I can not say I explain, but I have a story. Yeah, some people says I smell this from a mile away. Yeah, okay. Anyway, until then, see ya, my friends. Oof. Okay, what mini game can we do? What can we do next?